Welcome to another edition of Church Media Design TV tips, tricks, and how-to for you, the church media designer. Well, I'm Brad Zimmerman, and I'm joined by my friends who taste better than the Applebee's Ultimate Trio. You have it right. We got Dwight Schrute, Colonel Sanders, Little Whitey, and partial owner of Applebee's and IHOP International. You guessed it right, Jesus Christ, the Son of the Lord Most High. Well, on this week's edition of CMD TV, we're going to be talking about image stabilization, Brad's shaky hands, and a whole lot of other things. So if the three wise men and Jesus are ready, let's get into it. So I wanted to let you guys know about a few new things in the church media world that have been going on. First off, our friends over at Collide Magazine came out with their new website. Now, Collide is where the church and media converge, and their new magazine that just came out just the other day is Pop Goes the Church, and it's all about Tim Stevens' new book, Pop Goes the Church, Should the Church Engage in Pop Culture? Now, their magazine has tons of great articles on church and media, and their new website has a bunch of great articles as well. You can check out articles and the blog and a lot of different things on there. So check out and stay tuned to Collide Magazine and CollideMagazine.com. Also, you can check out the other thing that came out just recently is the new Media Shout player. Now, Media Shout took a couple pointers from PowerPoint and came out with a free player for their presentation software. So the PowerPoint player basically made it so you could view PowerPoint presentations on computers that don't have a licensed version of PowerPoint. The same is true for the Media Shout player. So if you head over to their website, or you can go to ChurchMediaDesign.tv and find the link there as well, to a free download of the Media Shout player, and you can play your Media Shout presentations on any computer regardless if it has Media Shout installed or not. It does disable a few features, and I'm going to do a full review in the upcoming weeks. So check out the Media Shout player and CollideMagazine.com. Well, this week I thought we should talk about image stabilization. We've been talking a lot about how great photography and great video sets you up for success on your job. Whether you're doing an announcement slide, series graphics, or a video montage, any of those things, you want to have the best quality videos and photos to work with, because everything can be fixed in post, but you don't want to fix everything in post. And part of the reason that I talk about this is I have really shaky hands. I usually turn out really shaky video. That's why I stick to post-production most of the time and not actually field work. I usually have other people actually film for me, hence why Adam is filming the show and why I'm up here not touching the camera. Not to say that I can't shoot a decent shot, but we're going to show you an easy way to do a tripod-like image stabilizer when you can't really use a tripod. Because I know there's a lot of times when you're doing, a youth video and you're getting footage of a youth event, or you're doing footage before or after church, and you don't really want to lug around that big tripod. So we want to give you an easy way that you can get up and move and still have a good stable shot. I found a tutorial online and I wanted to share it with you, and it basically, for about $1, you can make your own image stabilizer. And all you need is a 1/4-inch threaded screw, a large size washer, and some string. So you're going to take that 1/4-inch screw and you're going to tie your string to it. Now, the reason I chose a eye hook instead of a regular screw is it's a lot easier. You're going to actually screw this into the shoe hole on the bottom of your camera. So it's a lot easier to screw it in, and it gives you a bigger area to tie your string to. Then you're going to tie the other end of your string to your washer. And then you're going to actually stand on your washer and pull tight against that, and that will give you the tension you need to get a stabilized shot. Most cameras have that shoe hole on them, but some cameras do not. There's been a huge movement for digital photography, and digital cameras are super cheap, but ways they cut corners is they do things that aren't so professional, like not putting a shoe hole on the camera. So the workaround for that is to take a zip tie and put that through your wrist strap holder, and then pull that tight and tie into your zip tie. That way you can just cut your zip tie out every time, and you don't have to cut your string every time, and it's a lot easier way to attach that to any sort of digital camera. So I would suggest checking that out. It's just going to be a couple $. The string really was the most expensive thing for me. I sprung for the 9-cent 1/4-inch screw instead of the 8-cent one. Really went pretty lavish on that one. I don't know if most church budgets can handle that, but mine was able to spring for the 9-cent one. So check that one out. But go out there, grab those couple things, and make yourself a nice image stabilizer so that you guys can have great photography and video. Well, this week's tip is a Firefox tip. If you want to open up our favorite open source browser, Firefox, and then go over to Mozilla, and you can actually search in their add-ons for AdBlock Plus. Now, what AdBlock Plus does is basically gets rid of all of those raunchy true ads from MySpace and gets rid of every other ad on every other website that you can think of. Basically, you'll install this add-on for Firefox, and it will ask you what subscription you want to use, and you'll use the United States one, and then you're good to go. It'll restart your browser and you'll be done with all of your ads. But you need to check and watch a few different things. If you head over to like Worship House Media's website, you'll see a big blank white area because their ads for their like, hey, check out this video and that kind of stuff are seen as advertisements and not just part of their page. Now, they are advertisements, but they're not advertisements. So, like on this page, if you go up to the little ad block thing and you can do disable on worshiphousemedia.com, refresh the page, and you'll see now that you get all of the Worship House little mini ads like win a free MacBook for the Echo Conference. Also, if you go over to a site like creativecow.net and you check out some of their pages, you'll see that some ads aren't being blocked. And you want to block these ads because you really don't want to see them and they make your page loads faster. So you'll just right click on this ad and you'll just do add block image. And it will say filter rule and you'll just hit OK and you'll see now that ad is totally gone and you never have to deal with it again. And you can go through and just keep ad blocking images. And next time you go to the site, you won't have to do that again because those images are now gone. So download yourself a copy of Firefox and AdBlock Plus, and no more ads on the internet, no more true ads with weird ladies on beds on MySpace. You get rid of it all with AdBlock Plus. Well, this week's trick is a trick for the Windows users. We're going to do a trick for you Mac users because the show actually is split about 50-50 of people who use Mac and PC. And believe it or not, our show is split 50% Mac and PC. I work on a Mac, Adam edits on a I work on a PC, Adam edits on a Mac. Got it all confused in my head, but anyway. So this week's tip is msconfig. In your little, down here in the corner, you'll see all the crap that's running in the background down by your clock. Now that's all of the stuff that starts up when Windows starts up. And if you want to get rid of that, there's an easy way to do it. If you go to Start and then Run and type in msconfig and hit OK, it'll open up the System Configuration utility and go to the Startup tab and you'll see all of the different things that are going to start up when Windows is starting up. Now you can see on here, like we have our P2 card manager that is for our Panasonic camera. I can get rid of that, and like my webcam, my QuickCam, my Audible download manager, like a bunch of different stuff that I don't need. And I can just hit apply and hit close. And then it's going to say, do you want to restart? And I don't want to restart right now. So that's an easy way, and actually most of the things in there you can shut off. Pretty much all of the things in that startup list you can shut off without ruining your computer, and that will actually make your computer boot faster, less stuff running in the background, less stuff to eat up your RAM, faster processing for the programs that you want to be using. Now, if you want a better detailed explanation of all of these things, you can head over to Black Viper's website, which is blackviper.com, and he has a whole listing of different configuration stuff for both XP and for Vista. And he actually goes through in details and tells like what a safe mode is, what a tweaked mode is, bare bones, like what the default is on these different machines. You can actually click on this and he actually has a description of what this thing does, what other processes use it. This is like the most amazing tool that you can find, because now when you look through and you're like, well, what is the error reporting service? Well, you can find out the error reporting service is a piece of junk that says, hey, we're going to send info to your companies when programs crash. Well, it's stupid and you don't need it, and so you can shut it off, and that's basically what his description tells you. So head over to blackviper.com, check out his descriptions, run msconfig, and get your Windows machine running a little bit faster. Now, on last week's podcast, we talked about inspiration and how inspiration helps us all with our design. And I wanted to give you guys some inspiration of what other people are doing at other churches. And this is actually a really cool website and resource. It's called Creative MYK, CMYK like print. It's creativemyk.com, and this is free Christian graphics for download and networking with other Christian artists, and you can critique and discuss. There's forums and all sorts of good stuff. So there's free downloads. I actually found this website a long time ago through VectEasy because they had some free downloads from this Creative MYK, and I was like, oh, those are pretty sweet, but I didn't realize it was actually a Christian website. So I went over to Creative MYK, found out more about it, and just recently they turned it into a social network for church graphics artists. So you can check out some free stuff that they have, as well as you can go and critique things that people have just done. There's a discussion forum like best online training tools, like maybe you want to go tell them about ChurchMediaDesign.tv as one of the best online training tools. I'd love that. Or you can go to, through and you can actually make your own profile. So if you go to creativemyk.com/churchmediadesign, you'll see my creative profile, and I will be posting different items that we're making from the show and different things that I'm working on for Watermark Church here where I work, and different things that I'm making that will be available for purchase in the future, and a whole bunch of different stuff, websites, the whole 9 yards. So check out Creative MYK and find out what other artists are doing from all over the place. The guys from Church Tech Talk are on here as well, and they have some stuff that they worked on. So there's a whole bunch of different artists. So check out creativemyk.com. We want to thank our sponsor of WorshipHouseMedia.com, resources for the creative church. Head over to their website, check out a bunch of great stuff, and you can use the new promo code that we got, CMDTV1, and you get 25% off of any of your purchases at Worship House's website. So if you want to head over and check out this video, Through the Storm, I think it's a great video. It's really well shot. It's got a great meaning, and the visuals are just awesome that 4120 did. So check out this 4120 video. I think it's like, usually it's like what, $20 or $15, so 25% off your $15. You're looking just over $10 for a great quality video that will be really impacting to your service or gathering. So check that out. And I would encourage you guys, if you're a blogger or whatever you're doing, please spread this promo code around. It actually lets Worship House know how many of our viewers are going back to their website, so it really helps me out if you guys go use this code. So CMDTV1, 25% off, doesn't get any better than that. So check out WorshipHouseMedia.com. Well, thanks for tuning in to another edition of Church Media Design TV. And I really want to say thank you for you guys who have tuned in for all of these weeks, and to all you guys who have just found the podcast. And I've been getting tons of new email and messages from people who have just found it and said they love the show and that they're going back and checking out all the old episodes. And you'll realize how much better our audio has gotten over the weeks and how much better our keying has gotten over the weeks. But do check out all of the old episodes, learn how to start your own podcast and make countdown backgrounds and all sorts of different stuff that we've already covered, as well as stay in tune for future episodes. We're going to be doing a lot of cool new stuff, and I'm actually going to be doing some on-location stuff when I'm heading out west in a few weeks. So be ready for some cool different things than what you've normally been seeing, but we're going to continue to try to give you the best resources we can so that you can make those distraction-free worship environments for your church. I also want to encourage you guys to stay in touch and let me know what's going on at your church, what you're dealing with, problems you're having with stuff that I've taught, or things you want to learn. And there's a million different ways for you guys to stay in touch, because I want to meet you where you're at. So if you're on AIM, you can check me out on there. It's Church Media Design without an E. You can hit me up on Skype, Vidmark Productions. You can send me an email, brad@ChurchMediaDesign.tv. You can go over to Facebook and become friends with me, or become a fan of us on Facebook. And also on that Facebook page, I really want to encourage anyone, even if you don't use Facebook, I think you can still take this poll of what worship software are you using right now, because I really want to know what you guys are using. Like I said a few weeks ago, our Sunday morning laptop kind of died on me, and so we've been using another guy's on staff for a little while, but we got to figure out something new. So I want to hear what you guys are using and what you think I should use. I'm looking for a little bit of a change up. We've been using Media Shout 2.5, and I don't know, should I go with 3? Should I go with Easy Worship, Pro Presenter, the whole 9 yards? Should I go back to PowerPoint? Have they done something new since we last used it? Probably not. So let me know what you're doing as far as that stuff goes, as well as head over to Creative MYK / Media Design and check out my Creative MYK profile. Become friends with me on there. Start your own profile on there. And then last but not least, go check out the new Collide Magazine website and go check out some of the articles that are on there. And pick up the magazine because, yet again, Church Media Design got mentioned on the to-do list on the back page. So we made it in the magazine again, so thanks to the guys at Collide for doing that for us. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to the next time on Church Media Design TV. Our friends over at Collide Magazine came out with their new website, Collide Magazine, 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 Pro Presenter, buy it today. Collide Magazine, Collide Magazine, missed it by that much. Collide Magazine, hey, it's the Bible, read it today. Collide Magazine, Collide Magazine, Collide Magazine, Collide Magazine, have a new one out. Collide Magazine, have a new issue out. It's called Pop Goes the Church, and Pop Goes my face. Collide Magazine. Our friends over at Collide Magazine have a new issue out. Collide Magazine have a new issue out. It's great. Collide Magazine have a new issue out.
Collide Magazine.
Welcome to Church Media Design TV. Tips, tricks, and how to for you, the Church Media Designer. Like it, love it, you want some more of it.